Hi, my name's Stuart. I'm the founder of Naturally English, an English tutoring company here in the Netherlands. I'm relatively new to running my own business, but I'm passionate about helping people improve their English skills. Currently, I offer both online and face-to-face language lessons to all ages and levels of students, anyone wishing to improve their English. I'm also now beginning to build a reputation for specialising in business English. And one of the many aspects of business English is understanding and communicating with cultural differences, and that's what I would like to speak about today. Before starting this venture, I worked for a multinational company that expanded into many countries. During that time, I observed how cultural differences can impact business interactions. For example, in the UK, employees may be expected to stay late to finish a certain task, whereas here in the Netherlands, people typically leave the office at their scheduled finish time. UK managers tend to be very hierarchical while setting goals and tasks, whereas Dutch employees prefer a much more collaborative approach. And reflecting on some of these experiences has highlighted for me the importance of understanding cultural nuances in business settings. Research done in the early 2000s revealed that 70% of international business failures are due to cultural misunderstandings. This statistic highlights just how important it is to be culturally aware. So, whether you're negotiating a deal or collaborating with a team from another country, understanding cultural nuances can lead to more successful and harmonious outcomes. Firstly, let's talk about communication styles. In the United Kingdom, communication tends to be more indirect and polite, often using euphemisms to avoid confrontation. In contrast, Dutch communication is known for being direct and straightforward, valuing honesty and clarity, even if it means being blunt. Next, consider the differences in hierarchy and decision making. British businesses often have a more hierarchical structure, with decisions typically made by senior management. And on the other hand, Dutch businesses tend to have a flatter organisational structure, encouraging collaboration and input from employees at all levels. And work-life balance is another key difference. In the UK, there's often an expectation, it's not a rule, an expectation to work longer hours and be available outside of regular working hours. And in the Netherlands, however, there's a strong emphasis on maintaining a healthy work-life balance. People typically leave work on time to enjoy their personal lives. And business etiquette varies widely. British business settings are generally more formal, with meetings often starting with some small talk. In Dutch business culture, meetings are efficient, they're to the point, with less emphasis on small talk and more focus on just getting the job done. In the business world, English often serves as a lingua franca, bridging communication across diverse cultures. However, it's important for all parties to be mindful of their own cultural norms and how these may be perceived by others. I personally believe that the responsibility lies primarily with the host company or supplier to be particularly attuned to their client's cultural background. This awareness can help prevent misunderstandings and accommodate any potential errors that may arise due to cultural differences. Kurt Hofstede's cultural dimensions provide a useful framework for understanding these differences. For example, in countries like Malaysia and Mexico, there is a high acceptance of hierarchical order and unequal power distribution. In contrast, countries like Denmark and here in the Netherlands, low power distance, favouring equality and participative decision making. The United States and the United Kingdom are highly individualistic, valuing personal achievements and individual rights. On the other hand, countries like China and Japan are more collectivist, emphasizing group harmony and collective well-being. Greece and Portugal score high on uncertainty avoidance, preferring structured conditions and clear rules. In contrast, Singapore and Sweden are more comfortable with ambiguity and flexible rules. Japan and Italy are considered masculine cultures, valuing competitiveness and achievement. In contrast, Sweden and Norway are more feminine, prioritizing quality of life and nurturing roles. China and Japan have a long-term orientation, focusing on future rewards and perseverance. The United States and the United Kingdom, however, tend to have a short-term orientation, emphasizing quick results and respect for traditions. Countries like Mexico and the United States are indulgent, allowing relatively free gratification of human desires. In contrast, countries like Russia and Egypt are more restrained, with strict social norms and regulations. Understanding these dimensions can help you navigate the complexities of international business much more effectively. And remember, while we might all speak English, we don't always speak the same language, especially if it comes to something like humour. So if you ever find yourself in a meeting with many different cultures and your joke just falls flat, you can just blame it on cultural differences. And here are some practical tips to improve your multicultural understanding. Practice active listening. Pay attention not just to the words being spoken, but also to the tone of voice, and more importantly, the body language. Ask open-ended questions. Encourage dialogue and understanding. Learn through chatting. Be mindful of cultural differences. Adapt your communication style accordingly. Take the responsibility. Educate yourself. Learn about customs, values, communication norms of the cultures that you interact with. And seek first-hand experiences. Travel. Attend cultural events and engage with individuals from diverse backgrounds. Use plain language. Avoid company jargon and idiomatic expressions that might be lost or confusing to others. Use visual aids. Use charts, diagrams, and infographics to complement your communication. Celebrate cultural differences. Acknowledge and respect the unique norms and communication styles of different cultures. Provide diversity training, and not just as a tick box exercise. Help your team understand and appreciate the cultural differences. Foster collaboration. Encourage team activities that promote interaction and understanding amongst diverse members. And remember, a little humour can go a long way in breaking the ice and building rapport. Just make sure it's culturally appropriate. What's funny in your culture might not be in another. So to conclude and to sum up, and to cut a very long story short, multicultural understanding is essential for effective business communication. If you have any thoughts or comments, or would like to contact me, please visit my website at www.naturallyenglish.nl. And thank you so much for watching.